Ramchandra Prabhuji asked me to talk on a topic specially called how Krishna takes away all our sin of our past lives, and how a devotee surrendered to Krishna, and what's the way of surrendering to Krishna, that Krishna takes away all of our miseries, all our sins we have done in past. For discussing on this very interesting topic, we are starting with Mangalacharan. So let's do some Mangalacharan, and then we can discuss on how to surrender, why to surrender, and how Krishna takes away all the sinful activities we have done ignorantly in our past lives. Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swemarupaha Kadamayam Dadati Swabdakantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagan Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagan Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shradhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya cha patita nam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschati Deshatarne. Hare Krishna. So we welcome for Wednesday evening class, which is morning in India. It's 6 a.m. in India. So though it's a time of chanting for the devotees here, but on the request of our devotees, very loving devotees like Ramchandra Prabhu, Anandmay Krishna Prabhu. So whenever they ask me to serve Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and inspire devotees at Bergen country, all over US, all over India. So Srila Prabhupada used to say that preaching is the essence. So sometimes we have to compromise for preaching, because preaching is the essence of spiritual life. And even Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ya idam paramam guhyam mad bhakteshu vidyasate Bhakti Mai Param Kritvam Eva Me Sashya Sanshaya. In 18th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Yaidam Paramam Guhyam. This most confidential knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if someone delivers this to my devotees, those who are inclined in Krishna consciousness, then that devotee who is doing the service of preaching becomes most dearmost. So for becoming Krishna's dearmost, so it's my motive behind it of preaching, so that I can become a dearmost to Krishna by the blessings of all the devotees who are hearing me. Because if there is no person to hear, how could I speak? So this is inspirational that devotees invite, call, so that we get a boost to speak in the morning hours also, and we have opportunity to become very closer to Krishna, dearmost of Krishna. So I was thinking where to start and what to discuss. So I will discuss few points as per Prabhuji told. Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter, verse number 66, which is a very famous verse, very popular verse. Every devotee who's connected to ISKCON must learn and make it as a necklace in your neck and repeat it again and again. And it increases our faith. It's a very popular verse. सर्वधर्मान् परित्याज मामेकं शरणं व्रजः अहं त्वं सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter verse number 66, Sarvadharman parityajam. Leave all varieties of religion. Leave everything. And what we have to do? Sarva dharman parityajam mam ekam sharanam brajha. So it's very important verse. Mam ekam. Ekam means only me. You cannot say that, yes, I am surrendering little bit to Krishna, little bit to demigods, little bit to my family, little bit to my nation, little bit to this, little bit to that. No. Then Krishna must have said like this, Dui ekam sharanam braja. Yeah, panchekam saranam braja. Krishna says, no, only mam ekam. Only me, not nobody else. So it's very important to understand how to surrender to Krishna, so that Krishna says, if you surrender, abandoning all varieties of religion. So what does this mean by about religion? Though somebody can be a Christian, somebody can be a Islamic, somebody can be a Hindu, somebody can be Sanatan Dharmi, somebody can be a six so-called religions. Though there is only one religion, the religion of soul, and the Jivere Sarup Hoy Krishna Nityadas, we are the eternal servant of Krishna. That is the real position, constitutional position of soul. That is real dharma. But still, the bodily religion or the way of living, there are so many religions around the world, atheist and the people theist, the people, there are Christian community, Islamic community. So Krishna is talking about this religion? No. Krishna is talking about the religion of the body. Like we, with the body, we have so many people attached to us. Somebody can be my children, somebody can be my wife, somebody can be my parents, somebody can be my subordinates, peers. So sometimes I feel, oh, I am husband. Somebody sometimes thinks, oh, I am a child of my mother. Somebody says, no, I am the director of an organization. So there are so many relations we have built up, though we have only one relation, that we are the eternal servant of Krishna. So Krishna is saying, remember that position, that you are the eternal servant of me, and abandon all kind of religion that I have I have to do this, I have to do that, some responsibility for nation, some responsibility for this. So we have to do responsibilities. We are not saying that you leave your responsibilities, but in your mind, you should understand that my complete position is to surrender to Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajam. Leave everything. Surrender unto me, Krishna is saying. Then Krishna, what I will get as a result? Because in human mentality, everybody thinks, if I do something, I need something in return. So Krishna knows it. Oh, you need something in return? I reply you, what you will get in return. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo. It's not papebhyo, it's sarva papebhyo. Sometimes devotees, when call me for counseling, for question and answers in classes, they ask, Prabhuji, I have done so many sinful things in my life, in my school days, college days, in my official days. Now I have understood the importance of Krishna consciousness. But what if I have done something wrong in my past? Krishna says, not papebhyo of this birth, papebhyo of last birth. The moment the Jiva Atma, the soul, has left the spiritual world and fallen into the material world, since the time immemorial, we are doing sinful activities. That is why we are rotating in that cycle of birth and death. So now time has come that we have to remember our eternal position. And what about if we are fearful of, we have done so many sinful activities in our past? Krishna says, not papebhyo of this birth, not of last birth. Since time immemorial you are doing these sinful activities, I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Sarva papebhyo. Sarva means all of last births. 100, 200, 500 crores. Sarva papebhyo mokshashyami. I will relax. Yeah. So it's like sometimes there are heavy Airtel bills, heavy Vodafone bills, heavy Hutch bills, heavy phone call bills, and people say, I have not called so much that the telecommunication department has given me a heavy bill this time. So the people call the telephone department directors and the people, and they say, please waive off my extra burden you have given on me. Actually, I have not done so many calls. This bill is actually not accurately what I have done. So after long discussion, application, and then conversation, giving some money, and then the bunch of long whatever somebody has done, the bill is being waived off, and very nominal bill been given to that particular person. Similarly, Krishna says, if you surrender unto me, whatever the bill forgiven to you of the last birth, I will deliver you. I will waive off all the sinful reactions. And somebody can think, but how can I leave? I have worshipped Lord Shiva for so many years. I have worshipped Lord Durga for so many years. I have worshipped Lord Ganesha for so many years. I have worshipped Pitras, I have worshipped Bhutas, I have worshipped so many things in my last life, this life. How can I leave it? So there is always some fear inside the human. They always think, okay, I'm doing Krishna consciousness, but I can't leave this, I can't leave this, I can't leave that. So this is human mentality. We want to balance each and everything. And our educational training has been done like that we have to balance everything. We have to do this, do that. Krishna says what? Krishna says, leave everything, abandon all varieties of relations, just surrender unto me. I will deliver you from all sinful reactions of your past birth. Ma shuchaha, do not fear. It's a very important word. People sometimes are fearful of, if I do this, what will happen? If I do this, what will happen? Do not fear. Just surrender to me. Like a child. Like we see that they are 4-year, 5-year child. Dependent on father. Sometimes if you ask a child, what you are going to eat in dinner today? Child will say, I don't know. Will you get food? Yes, of course. My parents will provide me food. What kind of fees your parents are paying for you for your studies? You are 5-year-old. Do you know? No, I don't know. What kind of fees my parents are paying for my school? But are you going to go school tomorrow? Yes, of course. I'm going to go for school tomorrow, virtually or on offline or whatever ways. I'm going to join school. So who is going to take care about your fees? My parents. Who is going to take care about your food? My parents. So a child is so much dependent on his parents that he's ignorant of what is going to happen after 1 hour or 1 minute or 1 second. So much dependent. And that is why spiritual life means that one has to become dependent like child on Krishna. Krishna is the eternal father. So we have to be dependent on Krishna as much as we can. Ye yathamamam prapadhyanse stam tateva bhajami aham. Krishna says the percentage you surrender, I will reciprocate accordingly. So problem is that how we will judge that how much surrender I have done. How I will judge? What's the meter? Like thermometer says my fever is 102, 101. So everybody has a thermometer to take the body temperature. So how can I take what the meter is there? How can I check that how much I surrender? So one can see there are 6 symptoms of surrender has been explained by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and it is given in Hari Bhakti Vilas and other Puranas. We'll discuss that also. But simply, if we see the kind of percentage of fear we have of our future or our past, the kind of percentage of fear engrossed us, captured our mind, that minus that percentage of fear from 100 is equal to surrender. So whatever you are doing your activities minus fear you have for future, for your past, is equal to surrender. इतना ही परसेंट सरेंडर. कितना परसेंट सरेंडर? जितना परसेंट भय मेरे जीवन से चला गया. So भय मेरे जीवन में अभी है. If I have a fear for what is going to be tomorrow, will I get corona? Will I get infection? So you have to take your precautions, but do not fear. If I leave worshipping Durga, might Durga get annoyed of me and will give troubles in my life? Fear is equal to you are not that much surrender. So ye yatamam prapadhan se principle applies. If you're 100% surrender, it means there is no fear remaining in your life. So this need to be understood. So we'll discuss the symptoms of surrender also. First, we need to understand that if we surrender to Krishna, what are the benefits of surrendering to Krishna? It is mentioned in Narsingha Puran, and in Narsingha Puran, Yamaraj is telling to the Yamadutas. Yamaraj is the person who is like an HR department of our corporates, who takes care of persons in and out. When somebody joins, the HR department checks, oh, this person has this qualification for this particular position and where to be placed. So HR department do the interview for that particular person for joining the corporates. So like in HR department, there is an HR department in Krishna community also, which is been handled by Yamaraj. So Yamaraj takes care of the person karmic reactions, and as per the karmas, delivers the person into the different bodies or the different lokas or the different positions. So the whole soul and the human resource development department is dependent on the director or the CEO of that particular role, HR role, is been Yamaraj. So Yamaraj says to the Yamadutas, his personal subordinates, whom to bring, whom not to bring to the lok called Narka Loka, hell. So every day morning we say everybody's hello, how are you, hello. So hell means Narka and lo means you take it. So when you say hello, you are communicating to that person, oh, come on, I am in Narka, you also come in Narka. Hello. So actually, this Narka, we every day talk about Narka, and that is where so much of depression, anxiety. If we talk about Golok lo, Vaikuncha lo, so that will be a different consciousness we will get, but that we don't do. So instead of saying hello, we can at least say Hare Krishna. So if we say Hare Krishna, then our consciousness will change, the other person's consciousness will change. So whenever somebody picks a call, one should not say hello, one should say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So that we need to understand. And so Yamaraj is saying to Yamdutas in Narsingha Puran, Hari Guru Vimukhanam Prashasmi Martayan Hari Charana Pranat Namaskara Karomi. So Yamaraj is saying to the Yamdutas, whom to bring to the Narkaloka, to the hell? Hari Guru Vimukhana. Vimukh means those people, those who are not towards surrender towards Hari, Krishna, and Guru, the Vaishnav Guru. If somebody don't have Guru and Krishna consciousness, bring that person to my life. Now you do whatever. Remaining Krishna consciousness and surrendering to Guru, whatever you do, you're going to go into Narka for 5 days, 10 days, 12 days, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years. That timing can be different, but one has to go. But who is Hari Guru Vimukhan, only they will go. They will go. But somebody who has Krishna consciousness in life, somebody who surrendered to Krishna under the guidance of a Vaishnavas and Guru, Yamraj is saying, no, Hari Charana Prapannam, those who are surrendered to Hari Charan, those who are surrendered to the lotus feet of Krishna, Namaskar Kuromi, I pay my obeisances to those people. Means Yamaraj is very negative character for the people, those who are not surrendering to Krishna and to Guru. But the people, those who are surrendering to Krishna, lotus feet, that Yamaraj, the same Yamaraj becomes a perfect Vaishnava. Among the 12 Mahajans explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, that Yamaraj says, I am one among those, those Mahajans. So he's one of the Mahajan. Mahajano yena gataha sapanta. The Jivatma, the soul has to follow the footsteps of the previous Acharyas. So among the Acharyas, among the Mahajans, Yamaraj is one of the Vaishnava. But that Vaishnava is very crude, very crooked, very negative for the people, those who are Hari, Guru, Vimukhan, those who are not surrendering to Krishna and to the Guru. Yamraj and Yamdutas pick that particular soul. The soul which is surrendered to Krishna, Hari Charana Prapannam, Namaskar Kuromi. I pay my obeisances to that person who is surrendered to Krishna. Now, you are understanding how Narsingh Puran giving the reference why to surrender to Krishna. One, Krishna will take away our sinful reactions of our past life. Second, if we are not surrendered, then Yamaraj will pick it up. And if we surrender, then Yamaraj will pay obeisances to that person. He will become a Vaishnava. Oh, you are a perfect Vaishnava. You have done complete surrender of your life to Krishna. So you have done 100% justice to your life. So this is how Krishna will help us in Krishna consciousness. So do not fear. So there is no space for becoming fearful. If I do this, what will happen? So now people will think how to surrender. Okay, now we have a concept of that Krishna will take our sinful reactions, and Krishna, even Yamaraj will pay obeisances, and we will not go to hell. So this is very positive, very motivational. But how to surrender? The surrender means paying obeisances in front of the Lord only, or surrenders means what? So there are two ways of understanding this surrender. Sharanagati, Prapannam, Pranatah. There are the different meanings of Sharanagati, the surrender. Surrender, Sharanagati, Prapannam, Pranatah. So this is how Krishna explained in many verses in Gita, in many verses in Bhagavatam. Devi hi eshi gunamayi, mama maya durattaya, mam eva ya prapadhyante. There is one more word meaning of surrender is prapadhyante. Prapadhyante. Mam eva ya prapadhyante, maya metam tarantite. Like we are in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness. So we are captured by these chains of three modes of material nature, and we can't cut these modes of material nature. Like somebody is in prison house and he is bound by different chains of iron, different chains of silver, chains of gold. He is completely bound by the chains. He can't open it. But if he has someone in his life who is in the police department, and if he says, please open it up, I am feeling depressed, then the police department person will come and he will free from the bondage. Similarly, if we have Guru and Vaishnavas in our life and we are bound in a material nature chains, a chain of iron is mode of ignorance. Chain of silver is mode of passion. Chain of gold is mode of goodness. So either it is goodness, either it is passion, either it is ignorance. The three are the chains. And we are bound in these chains. So who will open it? The people, those who are not in the modes of material nature, like the Vaishnavas and the Guru, like a police department person. So he will open it up. So that we need to understand. So how to surrender? So there is a very beautiful pastime of Amrish Maharaj in Srimad Bhagavatam. Amrish Maharaj was a king, who was a Grasta king, and Amrish Maharaj was very popularly known by demigods, devatas, and Krishna, and rishis, and munis. Because of the reason what? Because of the reason he was completely surrendered to Krishna. So we have a curiosity. What was he was doing for being 100% surrender? So if we go and check in his personal life of Amrish Maharaj, he was a king established in Mathura Pradesh, which is in Vrindavan. It's in India. It's a place, though it's an eternal place, not in India, but for understanding the geographical view, we know Mathura. So Amrish Maharaj was a king established there. And what he was doing every day, his activities. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9 and Chapter 4 explain about his daily activities. These are the symptoms of surrender. If we do these activities, we can also become 100% surrendered to Krishna, or we can be called as 100% surrendered to Krishna. First, Save Manaha Krishna padar vindayo vachamsi vaikuncha gunanuvarnane. So first thing is Save man Krishna padara vindayo. Mind, manha. Save. Always his mind was engrossed in the thoughts of Krishna. So somebody is asking about the verse. So from 9th canto, chapter 4, verse number 18 to 20. If you read 17 to 20, I have to say. So you will get the verse. Save man Krishna padaravandeyo. Mind is always engrossed in the lotus feet of Krishna. So this is very difficult. How to always keep our mind in Krishna. So Prabhuji has given the verse on screen also. Save man Krishna padaravindayo vachamsi vaikuncha gunanuvarnane. And by the lips we have to do the service of glorifying Krishna. So we should not ever leave this opportunity of glorifying Krishna actually. So we should always glorify Krishna from our words. It is an austerity of speech explained in Bhagavad Gita. If we speak about Krishna to the devotees or to the fellow members or to the relatives, then actually what we are doing, we are actually utilizing our power of speech for purifying the tongue, purifying the speech. So it's a process of surrender. So always we should not talk irrelevant prajalpa. We should not talk irrelevant from this the worldly things. We should utilize our speech in the service of Krishna. Karo mandir marjanadishu. So karo harer mandir marjanadishu. By the hands he was cleaning the temple. So we have altars in our home. So we should clean it every day. If we can't go to the center, the ISKCON center and cleaning weekly, at least every day we have our altars at our home. We have the pictures of Radha Krishna or Gaur Nitai or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So we should clean the pictures. We should clean the temple hall. Once Ambrish Maharaj was in a very great fever. He was having very high fever. So he did not came on the time 3 a.m. in the altar. So queen of Ambrish Maharaj thought that, oh, Ambrish could not come because from last night he is suffering from high fever. So he's suffering from high fever, so he could not come. So I should help my husband. So the queen of Ambrish Maharaj, the Rani, she went to the altar and she said, I will clean the altar. And at 4 o'clock, after 1 hour, as per his daily schedule, when Ambrish reached to the temple and he found the temple is already clean, he became very angry. He said, he called all the servants, all the queens, who did the cleaning? So the queen said, Maharaj, actually you were suffering from fever. So I thought you could not come to the altar today. So I cleaned the temple. Maharaj said, you can clean the complete palace, but you can't clean the altar. This is my service. You can't. Being the king of the Chakravarti Samrat, being the king, he used to clean his own temple. He did not ask the people. Sometimes I have found even in India and even in the states, people have some pujaris whom they pay some amount and they say, you come and you do puja on our behalf. Actually, this is a wrong activity. Pujari will do, he will get some Lakshmi, some money, but it's a wholesale responsibility of a Jivatma soul to clean the temple by himself or herself. It's a daily activity of surrender. So clean your temples, clean your deities, clean your photographs, laminations, the cloths of Krishna, do by yourself. You will get the purification. It's a purification process. The more and more you clean your temple, the more and more your heart will clean from the anarthas. Karor means the hand, kar means hand. Karor harer mandir marjanashidishu. So mandir marjan is an activity which has been recognized by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gundicha marjan. And that is why every year before the Jagannath Rath Yatra, a day called the Gundicha marjan, which was started by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, cleaning the temple of Gundicha in Jagannath Puri. Similarly, we follow all over the world people do cleaning of the temple. Why margin? Margin means cleaning. Why the cleaning? The more and more you clean the Krishna temple, the Krishna palace, more and more your heart will get cleansed. So the amount of dust or dirt you take out from your temple, that amount of dirt and dust, Krishna will take away from your hearts. So that we need to understand. Karor Harer Mandir Marjanadishu Shrutrim Chakra Achyut Katha Uday. And then from what we need to do from ears. So we have understood that from mind, we have to surrender to Krishna's lotus feet. From our words, our speech, we have to speak about Krishna. From our hands, we have to clean the floor or the altar of Krishna. And from our ears, Shrutrim Chakra Uchit Katha Uday. From the ears, we have to hear the glories of Krishna, like you are doing right now. You are hearing about Krishna. So this should not be a weekly activity. This should be a daily activity. We have so many videos online available. We have series of Bhagavatam. We have series of so many things coming from ISKCON devotees. We can hear Shrutrim Chakra Achyut Katha Uday. So Krishna is Achyut, who is infallible Lord. So we have to hear every day about Krishna, Chakra Achyut Katha Uday, the stories, the pastimes of Krishna, and that will purify our ears. So we should not hear about material news or songs coming of Hollywood, Bollywood. We have to give our time in hearing about Krishna. And then Mukunda Lingalaya Darshana Drsho. What we have to do from our eyes? We have to utilize our eyes in having the darshan of Mukunda Lingalaya. Lingalaya means the deity of the Mukunda Krishna. Mukunda means the Lord of liberation. Mukti Data Ek Mukunda. So we have to do the darshan of Mukunda every day. Now people will ask sometimes, can we do darshan online? Yes, we will get the same result of getting the darshan online or by the photograph or going to the temple or having the deities at our home. Mukunda Linga Alay Darshanam Drisho. So if we do the darshan from our eyes get purified. So these senses called eyes are actually engrossed in seeing the male eyes always want to look at the beauty of female. The female eyes always want to look at the beauty of male, or we want to look at something very fascinating fiction stories. Our eyes wants to see something very disgusting, the horror stories. But we should not utilize our eyes in so-called the sense gratification. We should utilize our eyes. Mukunda Lingalaya Darshana Drsho. We have to utilize our eyes in seeing the deities of the Lord, Mukunda, Krishna. And then Tadgrata Gatra Sparsha Sanga Sangam. Then what we need to do? Tadbhratya Gatra Sparsha Sanga Sangam. We have to utilize our body, the skin, the sense called skin. The skin always want to touch something very pleasing. And when it is winters, we want to touch hot items. When it is summers, we want to touch the cold items, and it gives pleasing effect. Male wants to touch the female body, female wants to touch the male body. So sometimes, we are utilizing our skin, the sense of touch in so many material things. But what we need to do from this skin, we have to utilize the skin in chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When we touch Tulsi Patra, when we touch the Tulsi beads, when we touch the deities, when we touch the devotees. Bhratya means the servant of Krishna. Tad Bhratya Gatra, you have to go to the devotees. Bhratya means the servants. Das. Tad Bhratya Gatra Sparsha Sanga Sangam. And we have to touch the devotees. We have to embrace the devotees. The moment we start touching devotees, the skin gets purified. Like Tulsi Maharani is the pure devotee of Krishna. So somebody who is doing some service to the mud of Tulsi Maharani, touching to the leaves of Tulsi Maharani, touching to the wood of Tulsi Maharani, he is actually doing this service, purifying the skin. Tad Bhratya Gatra Sparsha Sangha Sangam. The person is purifying the skin. And then what about nose? So then further it has been explained by Shukadev Goswami that Ambrish Maharaj used to utilize his nose. Granam chatadpat saroj sorve. Granam chatadpatra saroj sorve. Granam means smelling. Smelling what he used to smell. Smelling the prashadi garlands coming from Krishna. Like every day we offer some flowers to Krishna deities in the temple, or some garlands to Krishna. So when it is being offered to Krishna, after coming from Krishna, it becomes the prasadam garland, the remnants of Krishna. So remnant garland or remnant flowers of Krishna, we smell. So smelling of the flowers purify our nasal system. The complete nasal systems get purified. Okay, so the best thing is to smell is Tulsi Patra. Just by smelling the Tulsi Patra, Chatur Kumar, the four Kumaras, Sanak, Sanandan, Sanatan Kumar, the four from Nirakarvadi, they become the Sakarvadi. Just by smelling the Tulsi leaves, that's the power of smelling. So whenever you get Tulsi, after offering to Krishna, we should, before eating it, we should smell it. So first smell it and then eat it. So that's the process. And then Granam Chatatpad Saroj Sorbhe Srimat Tulsaya Rasnam Tadarpitah. And we have to relish the tulsi leaves by eating it. So first we have to smell the flowers and the tulsi leaves, and then we can eat without chewing it. So it's very important thing that we should not chew the tulsi leaves, because tulsi leaves is like a remnant, the Devi, Tulsi Maharani, the Vrinda Devi, being merciful on the devotees, comes into the mouth of devotees and purify the complete digestive system. But we should not chew it more scientifically, because tulsi has mercury inside it. So if you chew it, it will give infections, a smell, bad odor to the mouth. So we should not chew Tulsi Maharani. We should try to eat it or gulp it or swallow it with water, like we do it with medicines. Try to do it like that. And what the utilization of the legs Amrish Maharaj used to do? Padau Harer Kshetra Padanusarpane Shiro Rishikesh Padar Abhivandane. So Amrish Maharaj was utilizing his legs for Hare Kshetra Padanu Sarpane. Like we go for circumambulating Giriraj Govardhan, we go for parikramas to Vrindavan, we go parikramas in the altar, in the temples. So when we do parikramas, that we are utilizing the best for our legs. Our legs get purified. When you start your car from your home and you go for temple congregation program on Wednesday evening, actually the number of brakes you apply, the number of accelerators you apply, that is all considered in the service of Krishna, because the target is that we are going for hearing Hari Katha, we are going for having the darshan of the Lord, we are going to associate, we are going to get the prasadam. So the starting from home till you reach the temple, or starting from home till you reach the circumambulating place or the some sacred place, the complete time is being utilized, the legs is being utilized. That time is called as, yes, you are in the service of Krishna. So people sometimes ask, why do we do parikrama? Why we do so many tough things? Does God, being the father, want his child to do so many hectic schedule of rotating around Giriraj Govardhan for 23 kilometers? Actually, Father does not want it, but we do it voluntarily to purify us. So austerities are done voluntarily. It is not an something bondage that Krishna want from us, that you will do, then I will deliver. You will do this. No, Krishna just want surrender. So under the surrender, these symptoms comes. So if we want to purify our legs, we have to utilize it for circumambulating Tulsi Maharani, circumambulating the temples, circumambulating the sacred places. And also when we circumambulate, when we do parikramas, our mind become focused that, oh, the center of my focus area for my Krishna consciousness is Giriraj, is Tulsi Maharani, is Krishna. So making somebody focus point, center point of our thought process, our focus, we have to circumambulate that person. Like in marriage, when husband and wife circumambulate around the fire sacrifice the fire. So what is the reason behind it? That, oh, I am circumambulating fire so that the fire is Sakshi, the God is Sakshi, that I have to keep this bond of male and female relationship for till the life ends, till the breath inside. But now we see even people do fire ceremony, they circumambulate because they don't know the motive behind it, the knowledge behind it, they divorce, they get separated. So even the demons in Dwapar Yuga like Kansa, he could not think of that Devaki and Vasudev can be locked in different jails. Somebody, someday, one MBBS student was asking me, Prabhuji, if Kans already know that Devaki Vasudev's eighth child, Krishna, going to kill him, so intelligently he should lock in different jails and different prison house Devaki and Vasudev. Devaki in one jail, Vasudev in another jail. So there is no chance of getting a child. So if child is not there, then why he should not worry that Krishna or Vasudev's eighth child is going to kill him. So there should be no fear. But what happened? He locked both of them in the same jail. So that was the reason. So I replied, actually, your thought is material thought. First, Krishna can appear whether the Devaki and Vasudeva in different jail, because Krishna birth is not seminal birth. Krishna is God. Janam karam cha me divyam. Krishna's birth and actions are divine. So we can't understand. Being in different jail also Krishna can appear. Krishna can appear for Prahlad Maharaj from pillar, Narsingha, then Krishna can appear from anywhere. So you should not think like that. And secondly, I said, being the demon, Kansa, at that era, he could not think of separation of husband and wife. But nowadays, it becomes a general tendency of getting separations because we are having more than worsened mentality than the Kansa, more demonic thoughts and mentalities nowadays. So these mentalities will go away if we utilize our Pado Harer Kshetra Anusarpane, if we utilize our Pada, Charana for circumambulating Krishna's altars. And Shiro, this head, should be utilized in Rishikesh Padar Abhivandane. The moment we reach to Lord, we should try to do our Dandavat pranams to the Lord, so that our head should fall in front of the Lord. So this is a way. And if you have knee problem, you cannot pay obeisances, at least you should nod your head below Krishna. This Krishna, I am giving this head under you. And sometimes in laughing way, I sometimes say, surrender means sir under to the Guru and Krishna. Sir under is surrender. So this head should be utilized in surrendering to Krishna. Shiro Rishikesh Padar Abhivandane. The moment you surrender it to Krishna, that the head, the thought process, the manaha and brain, everything's the buddhi, the intelligence, everything gets purified. So this is how the Amrish Maharaj was utilizing, and he says, Kamam chadasye natu kama kamya. So there is no lusty desires remained in in Amrish Maharaj because of utilizing it. People say that I have this desire, I have that desire, material desire, lusty desire, my mind is not controlled. Actually, we are not utilizing all the senses in the service of Rishikesh. Rishikesh Sevanam, Bhaktir Uttamam. The topmost bhakti is utilize each and every sense, the sense organs, the Karmendriyas, and the Gyanendriyas. All the 10 should be utilized in the service of Rishikesh. Rishikesh Sevanam, Bhakti. The topmost bhakti is when we utilize it. So if we utilize this kamam chadasyam natu kama kamaye, the kamana, the desire will come, but the devotee will not relish it, will not entertain that desire, and he will always remain in Krishna conscious thoughts. Yatha uttam shloka janashrayarati, and he will have attachment, he will increase his attachments to Krishna. So this is way one can do the surrender. So this is a way of surrendering actually. So this is a way of surrender. So people always say how to surrender, how can I do surrender? So this is a way of surrendering to Krishna actually. So we have to utilize our eyes to see Krishna, the nose to smell about Krishna, ears for hearing about Krishna, the tongue should chant Krishna, taste Krishna prasadam, the neck should be utilized for wearing kantimala, the skin should be utilized for chanting the japamala, the skin should be utilized for touching the devotees, touching the deities, the stomach should be utilized for digesting Krishna prasadam, the legs should be utilized for circumambulating Krishna's temple, and the head should be utilized for Shiro Rishikesh Padar Abhivandane. The head should be utilized for paying obeisances to Krishna and devotees. And this is how the desires will stop coming. And even if they come, Nacha Kama Kamaye, the calm will come, but we will not entertain it. We will not entertain it. And this is how we will have Rati, the more attachment to Krishna. So this is practically we need to do. Now, if we do, this is external surrender. Now we will talk about the internal surrender. How the internal surrender will come, and then internal surrender will come. This is called surrender, which Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityajam Mamekam Saranam. So Sharanam, sometimes people understand how to surrender, what to surrender. So this is external surrender, engaging our senses in Krishna service. Now we'll talk about the internal surrender. Do we have time? We have time only for 10-20 minutes. We have time.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. So I will not take you much time. I will briefly tell about the 6 internal surrenders, which is mentioned in Hari Bhakti Vilas and also in Bhagavad Gita's Purport. Srila Prabhupada from 18th chapter, verse number 66 of Bhagavad Gita, in the purports commentaries, Srila Prabhupada always used to mention that yes, surrender means the 6 type of surrender. So it's a special book of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, our great Acharya. He has given a book called Sharanagati. So we can someday plan a seminar if Ramchandra Prabhu or Anandamaya Krishna Prabhu will plan that what do you mean by surrender actually. So each surrender, the 6 symptoms of surrender, each surrender need to be explained for at least 1 hour, then one can understand what is surrender. So 6 surrenders are Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam Rakshati iti Vishwaso Gotrapta Varnam Tata Atmanikshepa Karpanya Shadvidha Sharanagati. Shadvidha means the 6 types. Shad means 6. Shadvidha Sharanagati. This is Sharanagati. What are the 6 things we need to do internally? First is Anukulasya Sankalpa. We have to accept the favorable things for Krishna consciousness. So people sometimes ask me, Prabhuji, can we do this? I always say, check by yourself. Is it favorable for Krishna consciousness? Like going to some material place. Will it help you to grow in Krishna consciousness? No, Prabhuji, my consciousness will deviate. Then leave it. Anukulaha sankalpaha. We have to accept which is favorable for Krishna consciousness, which will increase your Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji, then if something is not favorable for Krishna consciousness, what should we do? Pratikulasya varjanam. Just reject it. Reject it. Delete it from your life. Pratikulasya varjanam. If you will not leave, it will create problem. For example, if scorpion biting on your leg, what will you do? Is he favorable for your healthy living? No. He is biting you again and again, giving you poison. You will die of pain. What will you do? You will scratch it out, drag it out, throw it away. I don't want the scorpion biting me. Similarly, like scorpion, the unfavorable things for Krishna consciousness, drag it out, throw it out. I'm not going to utilize it. Pratikulasya varjanam. Leave it, throw it out from your Krishna conscious life. So internally, accept what is favorable, reject what is unfavorable. Third thing is, Rakshati iti Vishwaso. We should have a faith that Krishna is going to protect me. Sometimes if we get fever or corona infection, people always say, Prabhuji, Krishna will protect me or not? Will I am going to die? So where is your faith gone? So we can always check whenever we are in miserable conditions. We are in hospitals, clinics, or we are ourselves suffering. We can check our faith. Our faith get shaken up because of the thing, because we don't have faith on Krishna. So in the starting only I said, faith minus fear is equal to surrender. If your faith is 100% minus fear is 0% is equal to 100% surrender. If your faith is 50% and your fear is your faith is 100%, if you say, and your fear is still 50%, then your surrender is actually 50% only, because fear is it in you. कृष्ण है सूर्य सम माया है अंधकार जहां कृष्ण वहां नहीं माया रे अधिकार. When sun comes out in morning, the darkness vanishes. We can't say, oh, little bit sun is also there, little bit darkness is also there. No, the two things cannot stay together. When sun appears, when sun comes in the east direction, when morning sun comes up, we say, oh, sun arising. And when the sun comes up, darkness dissipates, darkness goes away. Similarly, if Krishna 100% comes in our life, fear will go away. Fear will be 0%. If fear is still remaining, that means our surrender is, that much surrender is missing in our life. So, Rakshati iti Vishwaso, Krishna will protect me. Faith should be 100%. We drive cars. Sometimes cars get accidents. We fly in airplanes crashes. We sleep under a ceiling fan. Sometimes ceiling fan falls down. We eat outside. Sometimes we get food poisoning products. But we do many activities with faith that I'm not going to get suffered. The ceiling fan is not going to fall on me. My air conditioner is not going to get fire. So these are faith we have on electronic gadgets. We have faith on traveling agencies. We have faith on air pilots. We have faith on the taxi drivers. We have faith on our driver. We have faith on ourselves. But when we talk about Krishna going to protect me or not, our faith shaken, sir. Krishna is not going to protect me or not. He is going to protect me or not. He is going to protect me or not. Oh, Krishna, please save me. Please protect me. Why to say it? You should have faith. If you are a devotee, Krishna is going to protect you. Rakshati iti Vishwaso. That faith should be there. Okay, Krishna will protect me. I agree, Prabhuji. But what about our maintenance? From where I will get my food? I have to work. I have to do this. I have to do that. You don't know. Go trapte varnam tatha. Krishna says, I am a maintainer also. We have a faith that Krishna is going to maintain me also. Krishna even maintains the ant. Krishna maintains the elephants. Elephants in jungle, they eat 10 tons of food every day. And the elephant, I have never studied anywhere that elephant went to universities for doing the master's degree, for doing the MTech, BTech, or MBA management courses. And I don't know where monkeys or elephants or ants have some bank balance saving accounts or the current accounts or FDs, the fixed deposits or the insurance policies. But they are dependent on Lord that yes, the Lord will give me food. And okay, if we say that, okay, the God will provide them food. So sometimes we should, if God is not providing food, then the animals should be suffering with the lacking food. No, we have never found that elephants are saying, oh, there is scarcity of food even our area. Oh, halla bol, government provide us food. We need food. We need. We've never seen they are shouting or doing some andolans. No. Why? Because Krishna is protecting them, maintaining them. So, ant every day eats sugar, but never suffered with diabetes. We people are so much health conscious. We sometimes say sugar-free tablets or this or that. Still, we are suffering with diabetes. So, diabetes is coming from sugar? No, diabetes is coming from the thought process. Have you ever heard that one horse wants to love the female horse, and the male horse given a flower and saying, I love you to the female horse, and female horse says, no, sorry, I'm already engaged. And the male horse goes to the high mountain and jumps off and say, I am going to do suicide because I did not get the choice female horse in my life. So they also have a heart, they also beget children, they also go with these activities, they have emotions. Then why they are not doing it? Because they are dependent on Lord's mercy. So ecological system is planned by God, that snake will eat mouse, mouse will eat the insects, and this is how the ecological system, the snake will be eaten by eagle, eagle will be eaten by somebody else. So it's a life animal cycle we've studied in our school courses. But when man comes in, the human comes in, which is called as the topmost species, when the human comes in between, they disturb the ecological system. They start eating the snake, they start eating the mouse, they start eating the insects. So we find the people around the globe, in China especially, they are even started eating bats. They have started eating monkeys, monkey juices. Someday, one person was telling me, Prabhuji, do you know in China there is a very special juice called monkey juice? I said, monkey juice means? They say they find some monkeys, they keep them in cages, and whenever somebody comes for the monkey juice, they take out the monkey, they chop the head of the monkey, put the straw, and the people drink it. People are started eating the aborted children. So what is going on in our country or in the world? So this is all the consciousness is going down and down and down. And if we don't develop Krishna consciousness, someday we can have, though we can become humans, but humans can be on a degraded stage. The such kind of human, those who are drinking the monkey juice, or reptiles, snakes and lizards. So we don't want that human body. Though we become human, but that consciousness human we can become. So it's a mercy of Krishna that we have developed some consciousness about Krishna. So we have to make it 100% in this life on. So Krishna is a maintainer actually. And then it says Atmanikshepa. Atmanikshepa means give everything to Krishna. Even like I wear this kurta. Before wearing this kurta, I offer it to the Lord. Oh Lord, it belongs to you. Because I have to speak about you, can I utilize it for me? So it becomes a prasadam kurta. So whatever you bring as a dresses also, leave it in the Krishna's hand. Whatever water I drink, I keep it in front of Krishna. I say, Krishna, this water belongs to you. Can I drink it for the purpose of speaking about you, for chanting about you? Krishna says, okay, you can drink it. Otherwise, if we don't offer it to Lord and we drink it, we are thieves actually. There are so much of water in oceans and rivers, and without asking Krishna, if we are using his property, we are actually thieves. I have 10 pen to write my notes. If some devotee comes to meet me and take away one pen of me, writing pen, I will say, 9 pen are there, where is one? Missing one pen. The devotee, oh, that devotee is a thief. He taken away my pen. So if he wants my pen, what he can do? He should ask me, Prabhuji, can I take this pen of you as in prasadam so that I can also use it for my making notes? Okay, Prabhu. No, you can take it. You are my friend, you are my buddy, you can take it. Similarly, we have to ask Krishna, Krishna, everything belongs to you. Isha vasyam idam sarvam yat kinchai jagatam jagat. Whatever we can think, kinchit matra bhi jo chintan karenge, everything belongs to Krishna. Ya sarvam, everything. So can we use it? Krishna, okay. Ten tuktena bhujita. We have to utilize only amount given for us. If there is a 1 kg of grain on road, the bird will come, take 1 grain, go away. Monkey will come, take 1 fist of grain, goes away. A human will come, he will collect all, keep it in a bag and take away. He will not eat anything. So we are like that. So this bird takes away only 1 grain. My belly is sufficiently filled. I will go away. Next time, food, Krishna will do it. So this is the dependency on Krishna. Atma Nikshepa, everything to be dependent on Krishna. And last is Karpanya. Karpanya means helpless. When Arjuna was asking so many things in chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, he was saying this, that, what will happen if the females will die, what will happen if the females become widows, there will be no one to pay the pindadan, there will no one to do the pitras, karmas, and the ladies will become disturbed, and our sampradaya will go in vain. There are so many questions Arjuna was asking. And the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna did not spoke anything. So when we go in front of Krishna deity and we say this, that, Krishna smile only. Okay, you keep speaking. First you speak, then I will speak. So Arjuna was speaking in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Krishna did not speak. Krishna was smiling only. Okay. Krishna did not reply. Then again in the second chapter started of Bhagavad Gita, again Arjuna was speaking. Krishna said, okay, first you speak. First you finish, then I will speak. So Krishna is a very good listener also. So before Krishna gave Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gave a teaching that one who is a good listener, he can be a good speaker. So first you listen and then you speak. So sometimes people call me for counseling. So instead of giving counseling, first I say you explain for 20 minutes about you, what you want to understand. So once the person has spoken for 20 minutes, half of pain has gone. Then I give solutions from scriptures. Okay, you can do this, that. So when to give suggestion? Whom to give suggestion? This is also a question. Whom to speak about Krishna? So Krishna mentioned that till the time Arjuna was explaining so many things, I was quiet. But once Krishna says, Karpanya dosho upha svabhava prachami tvam dharma samura cheta yat nishchitam shrei. Now Krishna, when I am surrendered to you, nishchitam shrei bru. Shishyastaham shadimam tvam prapannam. I am surrendered to you as a student. Now, prapannam, surrender. Now you speak. So Krishna wants surrender. So here, when Krishna started speaking, Krishna was talking about surrender. Arjuna was surrender. And when Bhagavad Gita ends in 18 chapter 66, after that Sanjay started speaking. So there also Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajam mamekam saranam. So Sharanam, the Gita starts from surrender, Gita ends with surrender. The complete Gita says surrender. The Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 7. Karpanya doshaha upasvabhava prachami tvam dharma samoda cheta yat nishchitam bruhitan me shishyastasam chadimam tvam prapan. You explain me what is dharma. Karpanya, I am helpless. So surrender has one symptom called helpless. Karpanya. Here it is also said, anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam rakshati iti vishwaso gotraptah varnam tatha atmanikshepa karpanya. Karpanya, surrender, helpless. Till the time you have some controlling power in you, your surrender is missing. Helpless condition. Arjuna was in a helpless condition. Karpanya dosha, dosh. So Arjuna was saying it as a dosha, but Krishna accepted it as a positive point. Krishna says, okay, you are helpless. Now I will speak. Now I will tell you what to do, what not to do. So similarly, Guru, Vaishnavas always guide when somebody is helplessly surrendering. But till we have some power of controlling, the controlling attitude, Krishna says, okay, you control. I will help somebody who is helpless. I will not help you. Till the time you are not helplessly surrendering, why should I help you? Once what happened, one person was going in on the road, and there were dogs behind him, and dogs were barking. So he was chanting, oh Dwarkadish, save me, oh Dwarkadish, save me. So Dwarkadish was eating his food in Dwarka, and Rukmani was feeding Krishna. Suddenly Krishna started walking. Then Rukmani said, why are you walking? At least whole day, people offer you so many food items. America and India and so many places, everybody is offering food. But you don't have time to eat food. Even the human are working whole day for filling his belly. But what about you? You don't accept food. Sit down for 5 minutes, I will feed you. And Rukmani from his hand was feeding Krishna. Krishna was very happily enjoying the food. Suddenly he heard, oh Dwarkadish, save me, oh Dwarkadish, save me. Oh. So Dwarkadish said, okay, I have to save my fellows. I have to go. Rukmani says, no, he will later on take care. Let dogs bite him. You stay. Krishna says, no, I can't. He's helplessly shouting. So Krishna started walking. The moment he reached to the door of the Dwarka palace, he came back. He said, okay, Rukmani, feed me now. And why you did not visited your devotee? He was in a helpless condition. Said, yes, he was helplessly praying to me. But the moment I reached to the door, I found that he picked up stones and the bamboos in his hand, and he was starting beating the dogs and throwing stones on dogs. So he is controlling by himself. So I should stay back. Similarly happened when Krishna meet Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Yudhishthir was called by Duryodhan for the match of gambling. So at that time, Yudhishthir was moving towards the palace of Duryodhana. So Krishna asked, where are you going, Yudhishthir? So Yudhishthir, being the king who never spoke lie, a truth man, he was Dharmaraj. Still, he said, I can't tell lie, but I can't take Krishna with me because Krishna will not allow me doing all these things. So he said, Krishna, we are just visiting Duryodhana for discussing something. But Krishna knows he is an Antaryami God, that they are going for gambling, they are going to lose Draupadi, they are going to do this. But Krishna was smilingly, intelligently waiting outside. And he was also hearing what is going to happen. So there was Shakuni, there was everything, the gambling match was going on, and they were losing the match. Krishna knows it. But Krishna was waiting the time when they are going to call Krishna. Krishna was thinking how stupid they are. Duryodhan has called Shakuni, then Yudhishthira should call me. But they are not utilizing their intelligence for calling me. So because they were thinking, we are Kshatriyas, we are Pandavas, we have a power, Bhim have the power of 10,000 elephants, we can win over. We have intelligence, the Yamaraj, Dharmaraj is with us, we will win. So that kind of the nature of controlling attitude we everybody. Somebody thinks that I have a knowledge, somebody says I have a beauty, I have power, I have this, that. Krishna says, no, nothing in front of me. I am the Shad Aishwaryavan. I am Bhagavan. I have the 6 opulences in unlimited form. Just surrender helplessly. I will protect you. I will take care of you. I will maintain you. So that we don't do. And that is the problem, that we don't surrender. And the percentage we surrender, only Krishna reciprocate accordingly and removes that percentage of sin from our life. And that is why some sin remains of the prarabdha, which we have to suffer because of the lacking surrender. So this is what we need to understand, that if we surrender to Krishna, we don't go to hell. Even the Yamaraj paid obeisances, namaskaram, Hari Charner Abhivandanam Namaskaram. I namaskar to that person who is surrendered to Krishna. And the ways we have discussed how to surrender to Krishna, and internally and externally. So there are many ways that we have to utilize our 5 sense organs and 5 working organs, the Karmendriyas and the Gyanendriyas, for the service of Krishna. Internally, we have to do the 6 symptoms, that we have to accept favorable, we have to reject unfavorable, we have to dependent on Krishna, that Krishna will protect us, we have to dependent on Krishna, that Krishna will maintain us, we have to always think that we have to give 100% to Krishna, whatever we have, clothes, food, water, everything to Krishna. And in helpless state, we have to pray Krishna. In helpless state, we have to chant Hare Krishna. So this controlling attitude, this controlling thought, we have to reject from, avoid from our life. And then Krishna will be happily accepting us and removing all the obstacles from our life. And after leaving this life, we can go back to Goloka. So this is what I have to discuss today. So thank you so much, everyone, for patiently hearing. Though I am not very capable of delivering katha, but yes, I tried on the mercy of Vaishnavas like Ramchandra Prabhuji and Anandamay Krishna Prabhu and many other Vaishnavas coming to today evening. So if anybody has any questions, they can ask me 1 or 2 questions, and then we can wind up. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you so much for such a wonderful class in such simple language everyone could understand. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Prabhu, I'll just take a minute to quickly make some announcements, and then no, not long at all. I'll share my screen. So dear devotees, you all know, many of you actually know that this Sunday we are going to be reopening our center, and we're calling it the grand reopening. It's almost after a year and 4 months. So this Sunday, 18th July, the ISKCON of Bergen County in Paramus will reopen in-person programs. So the very first class is going to be given by His Grace Ramachandra Prabhu. So please try to attend, and it will be a regular Sunday Love Feast program starting at 5:30, followed by Sandhya Aarti, lecture, and then the Prasadam feast. So please join in person, the very first program after almost a year and a half. In continuity with our Bhakti Vriksh programs, 7:30 every Friday, various Bhakti Vrikshas in the area. So please try to come to
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You can continue.
Followed by so every day the daily japa morning daily japa call between 6 to 8 will still keep happening. Same Zoom link. If you already joined, that's great. If you want to, please plug in there. Also 6 a.m. same Zoom 884. Every day in the afternoon also, between Monday and Friday, we have this Bhagavad Gita reading for about 15 minutes. Very nice refresher in the day. So please join that too. Same Zoom link. Yeah, so that's about it. We'll open up the floor for any questions or comments or any suggestions. If you want to post your question in the chat box, I can read it out to Prabhu. Or if you want to ask it yourself, please go ahead and raise your hand. Hare Krishna, Ramchandra Prabhu, please go ahead. I think you're the only one so far.
Slowly.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for a wonderful class. I have two questions.
Prabhuji, your voice is echoing. If you can use another mic or something else.
Okay, is it still there?
Yeah, still there, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll join back. We'll go to somebody else.
Okay. In the meantime, anyone else has a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, yes.
Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, can you just quickly restate the 6 things you were talking about for internal surrender?
Yeah, the first one is that we have to accept what is favorable for Krishna consciousness. Second is we have to reject what is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. Then third is that we have to have a faith that Krishna is going to protect me. Fourth, Krishna is going to maintain me. Fifth is that I have to surrender completely, 100%. Whatever I have, I will offer it to the Lord. And the sixth is that I have to be helplessly surrendered to Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thanks. Hare Krishna, Madhav Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
So it's acceptance, rejection, maintenance, faith, maintenance, surrender, and helplessly calling out for Krishna.
Yeah. True.
Ramchandra Prabhu is back.
Yes. Is it better?
No, Prabhu,
Still,
it's not echoing. It's cracking up. Your voice is cracking up very badly. You can use your phone.
Let me try another microphone. Connect to somebody else.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for very lucid class, Prabhu. Very nice examples, very practical examples, very relatable. So thank you very much for presenting such deep philosophy in such simple examples. It makes very relatable. So, Prabhu, I was just thinking that we started off the class by saying that surrender to Krishna, he will take away all our sinful reactions. And then if we pray to Krishna, Yamraj will not bother us. Rather,
Yeah.
he'll be respectful to the Vaishnavas. Prabhuji, I was thinking that um, are these not personal motivations rather than love for Krishna? Or shall we use these points for preaching and getting getting those people started with Krishna consciousness who have some inhibitions or I was just trying to understand that part.
Yeah, absolutely correct, Shraddha Mataji. And your question is perfectly all right and very nice. So there is a very beautiful pastimes comes in Ramayana when Lord Ram and Lord Lakshman, they were standing on the beach of Rameshwaram, and they have to go 100 yojan next side and Lanka, Sri Lanka. So they want Samudra Dev, the Lord of the ocean. They asked that please give us a way. But 3 days passed away, but there was no way given by the Varun Deva. So later on, Lakshman says, Bhai bin hoye na preeti. Without fear, there is no love. Like, for example, I always say, if somebody knows that on a road there is no red light and there is no policeman standing to cut chalan or giving some punishments to you, so nobody is going to follow the rules of the road rules, the transportation rules. So similarly, the rules are being given on a first initial stage, as you said, for the new people or for the devotees also, sometimes to motivate them. But obviously, bhai bin hoye na preeti, the target is to reach to the preeti, the love, but started with bhai. Like when we teach to the school students that follow these rules, wear your car belt, wear your helmet. So the purpose is the preeti, so that somebody should not met with an accident or should die. That was the love behind these rules. But if somebody is not ready to follow, then the government says, no, we will put you under bars, we will put you punishment, we will give you challans, because so that person should follow. So bhai bin hoye na preeti. So this is a way from fear towards the love. So the ultimate target is the love, but starts with fear. Like when school students go to school, they are asked to follow disciplines of school. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you this, thank you that. But when they go to universities, there is no rules and regulations. They have to go to the professor for attending the class. Now the professor will not come for asking you why you are not coming to the classes. So once the discipline has come in our life, and then preeti will automatically come. But that starts with surrendering. So surrender sometimes need to be done by fearful motive. Then only that goes to the love. The bhai bin hoye na preeti. So from bhai, the target goes till the preeti. And that is why see in our Hindu culture, if you do this, then you will get the blessing of Shani Dev. If you will not do this, then you will get the Navgraha. So these fear created force the surrender. But once who leads to the Krishna consciousness level, then he does not have to do the Navgraha Puja or the Shani Puja or Durga Puja, because he is on the love platform. So your thought is perfectly correct that from fear, this path goes to the love.
That was a very nice answer, Prabhuji, because I was having tough time in reconciling, God fearing and God loving. Generally, people say that don't be God fearing, you have to be God loving. But I guess that's a very good way of presenting that, okay, if nothing, at least start from being God fearing and eventually you will reach the prima state. So thank you so much, Prabhu. That was very nice answer. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Mayank Prabhu, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Pranam Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Mayank Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Now, Guruji, my question is that you said in the slok that we should surrender to God also and Guru also. Then how to surrender to a Guru?
Similar ways for surrendering to Guru also, that we should have a faith. We should accept what is favorable for surrendering to Guru. Like if you hear the glories of Guru, then your surrender will increase. If you hear the glories of somebody else, then your surrender will deviate. And that is why we have to hear in the line Parampara system the glories of Srila Prabhupada or your Gurudev. So hear the lectures or the thoughts given by your Guru Parampara, not from the other person. So accept what is favorable for being under the Guru and reject what is not being favorable for accepting the Guru. Have the faith that the mercy of Krishna will come through the via medium of Guru only. Guru Govind dono khade काके लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरु आपनो जो गोविंद दियो बनाए. So Guru and Govind both are standing, but I have to surrender to Guru because Guru is the person who give me the knowledge, who give me the thought, who give me the divine eyes to understand Krishna. So first we have to surrender to Guru by these six symptoms, and then we will automatically surrender to Krishna because this knowledge comes from Guru only. If Guru is not there or Vaishnava is not there, so who will give me the guidance that we have to be helpless, we have to be this, we have to be that. So reading the Srila Prabhupada books is a surrender to Srila Prabhupada. And when we are surrendered to Srila Prabhupada, then Srila Prabhupada take us towards surrendering to Krishna. So the way towards surrender to Krishna always goes from the Guru only. So the same way we have to surrender to Guru also. Having faith, helplessly, surrendering to him, always for in any trouble, you have to ask Guruji, Prabhuji, please guide me. What should I do? What should I do? Never try to control the situation by yourself. Always discuss, have guidance, and then move.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Can you please repeat the slok, Guruji? That slok that Yamaraj says.
Oh, that Yamaraj says. Yamaraj says in Narsingha Puran, I was mentioning that in Narsingha Puran, he says, Hari Guru Vimukhan Prashnami Martyan. The people, those who are in the material world, if they are Hari and Guru Vimukha, so bring them to my loka. Hari Guru Vimukhan Prashnami Martyan. Hari Charan Pranam Namaskar Kuromi. The person who is surrendered to Krishna, I pay my obeisances to that person. So that's there. And even in Mangala Charan, Mangala Arti, we everywhere chant, Sakshat Haritve na Samasta Shastre. All the Shastras say the Guru is representative of Krishna and she should be worshipped and prayed as Krishna only. Sakshat Haritven. He is Hari only, but in a different form. Whenever Chaitya Guru, Krishna, residing in our heart, wants to say something to us, but we are so deep ignorant people that we don't hear the inner voice. So then Chaitya Guru Krishna says, okay, you don't hear from the inner voice. I appear in the form of human as a Shiksha Guru or a Diksha Guru, and I will guide you as a physical form. So God residing in our heart as Paramatma appears in the form of Guru and then guides us. So this is a way, Sakshat Haritvena Samasta Shastre. All the Shastra says Guru is equivalently respected as God. Though he is not God, he is Jivatma, he is a via medium, but he should be respected as God. When Srila Prabhupada was in America and people used to ask, oh, Prabhupada, Swamiji, you say that you are a sannyasi and sannyasi has to be on a very minimal standard. Why are you driving or sitting in a car like Mercedes, Rolls Royce? You are utilizing all the good opulent life and saying that I am a sadhu. Then Prabhupada replied that this is what is not what I demanded. I stayed in Radha Damodar temple in a very minimal condition. I was staying in a very petty condition. I never asked anything. And even here came, I did not ask anything. This is the love of disciple towards Guru that they want to give me everything. What to talk about Rolls Royce? They should give me very big ships, very big aeroplanes. They should give everything to me because Sakshat Haritve. So this is not my demand. Then again, one person asked that you give your classes in a very big hotels called Bristol Hotel or this very big 5-star, 7-star hotels. Why can't you give this knowledge in outside? Then Prabhupada said, I am ready to give that knowledge under a tree in front of the hotel, but will you going to come to attend that session? Because the session place is given, it is organized in hotel, this, then food followed by prasadam. Then you come and then I deliver the same message. I will give the same message under a tree, scorching sun heat. But will you going to come? No. So for you people, I am organizing the big festivals, the big temples, the big cars. It's only for attracting you. My message is same. What I can give under a tree, I am giving the same message here. So Guru to be respected like God. Guru never says that I am God. I am the servant of Krishna.
Okay, so Guruji, it is one question also I am thinking about. I know it is a funny question that if God is standing and Guru is standing, where we should go first?
Obviously, we should respect our Guru first and then we should go to God.
Okay, okay. So we should
And
engage in service of the Lord. Everything we should engage in service of Lord.
yeah, like if we often, even when pujaris do worshipping in the altar, they first go their diya to Guru, then to Prabhupada, and then they circumambulate around Krishna. So without Guru, even Krishna will not accept anything. Because when you go for puja, somebody says, "What is your gotra? Which gotra you belong to? Which family?" You go for some family party, and you are son of Mr. Dikshit, your father, and you go for a party function. So they will not announce your name. They will say, "Oh, Dikshit ji ka beta hai. He is the son of Dikshit ji." So with your father, you are known in the family function. Similarly, in the spiritual world, we are unknown people. Nobody knows it. But when we say we are the son of Prabhupada, we are the disciple of Prabhupada. Oh, Prabhupada. Oh, you are in the lineage of Swamiji. Okay, okay. We know you. We know you. So reference point is Guru. Then only Krishna has millions and millions of people to take care. Atheists, non-atheists, the people pujaris, non-pujaris, animals, reptiles, trees, all jivatma coming from Krishna. Krishna is 100 people. So Krishna has no time. He is engaged in Ras Leela. So once we have to give our introduction, what will you say? My introduction is, I belong to Swami Prabhupada Parampara, my Gurudev, and now, oh, acha, 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 okay, you come. If you don't introduce, you say, I am Mayanka Dikshit, want to surrender to Krishna. Krishna says, I have million and million of souls, more pure than you, I don't have time for you. So that is why when we say Pranam Bhoga, we always say Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti. Why in Bhoga offering Guru Mantra first? Why in Pranam Guru Mantra first? Because reference point is Guru. Without Guru, Krishna doesn't know us. Krishna is not going to entertain us.
Okay, okay.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I've learned the Pranam Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Anand, my Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I think there's one more question. Prabhu Ramchandra Prabhu has been waiting for a bit. Prabhu Ramchandra Prabhu, if you're ready. Haribol.
He's having some struggle with the laptop and speaker system.
Yes. Okay. All right, Prabhu, do you have time for one more question? If not,
Yeah, I can take.
okay. This is from I don't know the name of the Prabhu or Mata, but Redmi 9 Power. I think you've raised your hand. If you want to unmute yourself and ask the question, go ahead, please.
Hare Krishna Bhaji and Pram. Bhaji, thank you for such a nice class on surrender. Never got so many points all together. Just one question, Bhaji. You said that faith minus fear is equal to surrender. Faith minus fear. But many situations become fearful. And when become fearful, so at that moment, we lose all sense of the right and the wrong, actually, at that moment. And many times it arises in our lives. There are many things like physical fear and emotional and mental and many things are like that. So, Bhaji, how should we get rid of it, actually? But suppose sometimes I'm working somewhere and some situation arises and I'm becoming fearful because we know, but we get out below it the standard and we get into it. But it for that moment can be harmful for one. So how to be fixed in that? Sometimes it arises.
So whenever fear is there, if darkness is there in your room, what will you do? You will switch on the lights. If you are fearful of darkness, what will you do? You will switch on the lights so that darkness disappears, goes away. Similarly, I have discussed today the external surrenders. If we can't have internal surrenders and we have fear wavering all around in our minds and brains and we are not fixed up in Krishna consciousness, we're not able to take decisions, at least we can do the external surrenders. Like hearing about Krishna, we can engage whenever we are fearful. We can talk to the guidance of a guru. We can go to temple. We can go for circumambulating the Tulsi Maharani. We can go for speaking about Krishna. We can go reading about Krishna. So these external things will take us to the internal surrender. So first comes external, then comes the internal. So engage your senses in service of Krishna, and Krishna is like a light bulb. The moment you touch Krishna in any form, the holy name, books, and kathas, prasadam, temples, the moment you touch Krishna, anything, Krishna is non-different from anything. So the moment you touch the bulb, the light will on, and the light will on, the darkness goes away. So which I have seen in our life. Whenever I feel what to do, what should I do, and I'm not able to reach to any Vaishnavas, I just open Srimad Bhagavatam. I read it, one chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, and I got all my answers in that particular verses or particular chapter. And the completely that the scorching heat gives the pleasure of shower. Similar kind, my disturbed mind gets the pleasing effect of reading Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should take surrender of Srimad Bhagavatam studies, because Bhagavatam is none other than Krishna. So we can't even see God in deities. We can't see the holy name as God. But reading Srimad Bhagavatam, yes, we can easily accept, understand, and we can get the association of Krishna directly.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you. So nice. External surrender, internal surrender, humility, and non-controllership. Great, Vijay. Thank you. Deliver from all sense. Really, really great lecture. Life-changing.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Prashant Mukund.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah, Ramchandra Prabhuji is there now.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, please. Yes, Prabhuji. Now
Okay,
it's good.
Hare Krishna. Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry
Yes.
for, I was having some microphone issues. Prabhu, two questions I have. One is that you mentioned about wearing tulsi mala on our neck. But sometimes people say that I'm sinful, or I eat onion garlic, or I'm not a devotee, so I don't want to wear tulsi mala. What would you say to that comment?
Yeah, that is what I said, that we need to follow some rules first, and then after following the rules, we can use tulsi, because tulsi is a very sacred thing. So one should not wear tulsi till the time one is engaged in 4 regulative principles, breaking of 4 regulative principles, like eating onion, garlic, non-veg, drinking tea, coffee, everything. So we can have a blessing of tulsi by eating the tulsi patras, by serving the tulsi plant, but we can't wear tulsi, because after you wear tulsi, the community takes as that he's a Vaishnava. He has surrendered himself to Krishna. Like we have this band around the dog, and the dog is called as a pet dog. So similarly, when we wear tulsi, we are called as the pet dogs of Krishna. So if we are not following complete rules, we are not 100% loyal to Krishna, we are breaking the rules. We can't be called as the pet dog of Krishna. Pet dog means that now he is 100% Krishna conscious. He will not break, at least break the rules of Krishna consciousness. So one can serve tulsi by worshipping tulsi aarti, by eating tulsi patras. Though he is eating onion garlic, no problem. He can offer food, but he cannot offer food to God. But yes, he can give some non-onion garlic food to Krishna and putting tulsi leaves and eating that prasadam. But he can't wear tulsi. Tulsi wearing means that from my kantha, from this place, nothing non-eatable or toxic thing will not go inside, whether it is tea, coffee, alcohol, onion, garlic, whatever. So this is a barricading. Now I will not allow anything go inside my mouth. So one should not do it, as per the Shastra says it.
Okay, thank you. My second question is that you mentioned that Krishna does not come until we call him and take full surrender.
Yeah.
But sometimes people also say that if Krishna is so kind and like a father, he should not wait for us to call him. He should just come and help us. Why he does not come, that we are knowing that we are doing something wrong?
So it's very nice, Prabhuji, a very nice question raised, that why Krishna does not help by himself, though his father. So there is a very beautiful analogy behind it, that if we have 4 children, a father has 4 children. So father is providing food, father is providing education, father is providing everything. But out of the 4 children, one child is serving father in all ups and downs, personally pressing his legs every evening and cooking food, going to the bank, doing some service for father so that my father get pleased off. So at last, when father will die and he has to give his property, obviously he will give his property more to the person, for the child who is more lovingly doing the service. Similarly, Krishna says, Samo aham sarva bhuteshu in Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, verse number 29. Samo aham sarva bhuteshu nadvesho nasti na priya. Nobody is very dear to me and I don't hate anyone. I'm equal to all. But he bhajanti tumam nityam, one who is serving me with the devotional, I give some special favor to that person, special favor. So similarly, father will give special property, special love to that particular child who is serving. Similarly, Krishna helps so many people in giving air. Krishna is giving oxygen to the atheist also, those who don't believe in God. But Krishna says, okay, being father, I have to provide oxygen, I have to provide sun rays, I have to provide food. And Krishna says, gives everything. But Krishna Prem, or protecting from the different karmic reactions, for the special favor, you need to call Krishna, surrender Krishna. So that is a special favor we are requesting. Otherwise, till the time we don't know about God or don't know about Krishna or surrender to Krishna, from very childhood, Krishna take out from the womb, Krishna make us grow, Krishna gives us food, Krishna gives us material parents, Krishna gives us home to live. Everything has been done by Krishna, but that is like a father, but not by like a loving father. So loving, to convert for the father into the loving father, we also do some activities so that father becomes loving towards us. So that is about Krishna Prem, that Krishna gives a special favor to the devotees. Otherwise, we are bondage in karmic reactions. Everything is done by Krishna as per the rules, regulations, and we get our reactions and we do our things accordingly.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramchandra Prabhuji.
Prashant Mukund Prabhu, thank you so much. I don't believe there are any more questions. Thank you very much for the very insightful class, Prabhu, and valuable time tonight. Look forward to having you again on our forum.
Yeah,
very soon.
Sure. My pleasure to serve devotees staying outside India, and the devotees whenever they call for Hari Katha. So even my Guru Maharaj becomes very happy when he hear that I am engaged in speaking Hari Katha. So it's a blessing of all of you Vaishnavas, those who love and call me for giving a class, though I am not capable of delivering justice to the Shastras. But yes, I am a small person trying to serve Shastras so that I can give some valuable improvement in the Krishna consciousness of devotees hearing me. So thank you so much, all the devotees, for patiently hearing, accepting my words, believing on me that I am giving the justice to Shastras. I'm so thankful.